Hello, and how is everybody doing tonight? We are back live over on Nash Thunderclap Live. How's everybody doing tonight? And we already got Stalking in the chat. Hey, Nash. Hello,
Oh,
and how is everybody doing tonight? We are back
live.
Sorry about that. I was pulling some stuff together for to finish up my description on there. Yeah, Stocking says, I'm here, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Uh Already, I haven't been streaming in a week and already with issues, but that's that's how streaming go, as they say. Hope everybody's having a great night. Man, this has been a week. The week continues to be nothing but a mess. I'm gonna be honest with you with everything that is going on right now. I am pretty much like a lot of people. I am not happy with what's going on right now, and it really sucks. It really sucks that yeah, Stalking says it's a hell of a week. It really sucks when we get news um that we get some bad news from a world that's completely separated with everything that's what's going on. Talking says, "Welcome to the shit show." Yeah, um, but I'll do a separate stream talking about that later. I just this is not the time for this because this stream that we're going to be doing tonight it's my kind of way of a tribute of a YouTuber that kind of inspired me in many ways. In many ways. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Billy from the Game Chasers. And if you're not familiar with the Game Chasers started their YouTube channel about 14 years ago. And it was a show about Billy and his friend Jay, and they would go all over Texas and also out of state, going around looking for retro games to build their collections. And all of the adventures they would get on, um, all the wacky hijinks, if you were to say, and it was it was one of the this show was two reasons, the two main reasons that I got into making videos when I used to make videos on YouTube and play around with like video editing and everything like that because a lot of that stuff is what Billy used to do. I mean, what Billy did. He did. He was the filmmaker of the duo, and it also got me back into retro game hunting again. If it wasn't for the Game Chasers, the stuff that's behind me right now would have never expanded the way it was because at the time I had of course I had my 360 and PS3 and all that, and I had the games for those, and any of the retro stuff I had for the NES and the Super NES were in a box in my closet. Didn't even give it a thought. I'd often say to myself, "Hey, I'll take this out, I'll plug it up, I'll mess with it, and then I'll put it back," that kind of thing. And I just didn't really care about any of that stuff. But watching this show and how fun it was to watch, looking at their passion about all the stuff that was interesting to them. I mean, as well, not only retro video games, but toys. A lot of nostalgia from their childhood, and they're just reliving that into um, and documenting it and bringing it up on YouTube. And the show's premise was pretty much they were fans of American Pickers. So they thought that they would take the American Pickers concept and apply it to them looking for retro games. And during the course of the 14 years while the show was going on, their collections just grew. And they started collecting other things like vinyl. I believe they collect vinyl, VHS tapes, toys, um, all those old glasses with the characters on them that you would get at the fast food restaurants and stuff like that. And it just kind of really built my nostalgia as well, especially on the video games, because out of anything in the world that I have pretty much kept consistently, as far as like, my obsessions with music, movies, and video games, the video game thing has stuck with me the most. Even though there were periods to where I just walked away from it, I'd come back for a little bit, just to visit. And then after a while, when I got back into it, especially working into GameStop, I pretty much walked back in the door and I just decided that, yeah, I'm going to sleep on this couch for a while. It'll be 2 weeks, and then that's going to turn into 2 months. 2 months turns into 6 months. And then, hey, you've been here for like you've been here for almost 20 years. So that's just kind of how they were with me. And how I came across this, uh at the time I was watching a lot of video game stuff. I was mostly watching Angry Video Game Nerd. I was watching Pat the NES Punk. um I'd catch a Smash TV, one of Smash TV's older videos every once in a while. And then their videos would keep popping up on my feed. And it just like, I'm not interested in this. I'm just going to pass on and go to the next thing. I'm not even worried about it. So one day I had nothing to do. I was bored. Well, probably drunk because I was drinking heavily at the time. And I figured, you know what? This thing keeps popping up. Let me watch whatever episode is on there. And I watched it. I got hooked. I said, well, let's watch the next one. And then I watched the next one. And then I watched the next one. And it pretty much got to the point to where the next one and the next one, the next one was, oh, I got to keep up with this whenever the new episodes airs because I got to see these immediately. And of course, over a period of time, you kind of lose track of watching the stuff. I'd keep up. I still kept up with them. But viewing interests change over the years. I slowly got into stuff as far as the Hollywood stuff and all the drama stuff with video games. Um, that was my thing, and I still kept on with them. And they also expanded beyond what they did on the Game Chaser shows. Like they would do unboxing videos, they would go to restaurants and try food, they would have editorial videos, and they kept pretty much everything all in good fun. Stocking says, "No, have no clue who they are. I watched Dan Bell." Well, Stocking, you're in for a treat because I'm about to get into the whole purpose of why we're on here tonight. So, yeah, so I mean, I've always been fans of these guys, always been fans. But a couple of weeks ago, Billy had posted a video. He was in the hospital, and he had talked about how all of a sudden he was having trouble walking, like his legs weren't working, and it got to the point to where it was one of those things he thought he could put off, but it turned out it couldn't. He couldn't put off. So he made an update video. He was lying in a hospital bed, and he basically said that they had found that he had a tumor in his brain, and that they were going to go in and they were going to have to do some surgery to take it out. And at the time, they said they were going to do laser surgery to remove the tumor. Jay, his partner in crime, gave updates saying that he was in good spirits, joking around. But in the videos, you can kind of tell that he was scared because there was a little bit of uncertainty in his voice. But he said he was going to fight. He was going to fight. He was going to fight this thing. He was going to get through, and he was going to get past it, and he's going to get back to all the things he loved, like his family, and getting back making videos again. But yesterday it didn't turn out that way. So he had the surgery, but unfortunately he did not win the fight, and he passed away yesterday, which was to a complete shock. A lot of people that actually had interactions with him on Twitter, in the YouTube world, posted on Twitter nothing but positive things. How friendly it was, how devoted it was to his family, how devoted he was to his faith, all of that stuff. And it just kind of gets to a point to where we've lost a lot of people this year that you're fans of. There's an investment in. It almost feels, you watch these people and you feel like you're pretty close to them, especially some people on YouTube, because the difference between like somebody on YouTube as opposed to an actual celebrity is a lot of people, especially in the beginning of the YouTube and the content that they would make on YouTube, it's genuine. These are almost like your buddies. It's not scripted. You're going to sit down. These are people that you could go and have lunch with. These are people that you could hang out and go to the movies with. Go to the lake. Regular, ordinary people, not larger than life. Somebody you can't touch. These would be people that if you happen to go to a convention and they would be there, they would be more than willing to shake your hand, take time to talk to you. Get to know you kind of thing, not just move on to the next person, and a lot of the people that have passed in the past and this year, as far as like on a grand scale of celebrity, you have some admiration for them, but it's somebody you can never get into that type of closeness to, as far as like a one-on-one personal. But there's something that they've done in their career that has touched you. And that's how I kind of feel about the Game Chasers, because like I said, with what they were doing was a big inspiration on me. And it kind of made me the way I am on my game collecting and my video making, always aspiring to improve, even though it's not a great job that I do the improvement, but it just kind of inspired me to look outside the box, do better, and just kind of just get out there and take chances on this. Because, if I was, 10, maybe 5, well, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. Let's say 10 years ago, I would have never even had the courage to do any streaming. I barely had the courage to make videos because I was thinking I was going to make an idiot of myself and people weren't going to like it. But turns out people like the stuff that I do. And there was an inspiration to me. Well, maybe I could probably put a little effort into this and make this a thing. But now, it's to the point now that I do this for fun. This is all for fun. This is not really anything that, I do to make money. This is something I do in my spare time. And I hope that there are people out there that enjoy it as much as people would enjoy the Game Chasers. So, yes. So with that being said, let's talk about what I wanted to do here tonight. And, and this is my kind of tribute to the Game Chasers. And plus kind of show people, if you have never seen the Game Chasers, kind of show you what they're all about. And of course, my computer decides it wants to do something crazy, as always. And I figure we'll just watch a few of the first few Game Chasers episodes. and of course, react to them and stuff like that. And then we will start with a couple of the first few episodes, and then we'll watch the very last Game Chasers episode that was posted. So we're gonna have a little fun with that, because we're gonna enjoy these videos for what they are, great entertainment. And if you get a chance and you like what you see, which I hope you do, subscribe to the Game Chasers channel. They've already got almost 170,000 subscribers. So they're not exactly a small channel, but, show their support. Because that was one thing that Billy was talking about while he was in the hospital. He didn't make a GoFundMe. He didn't want a GoFundMe. But people were saying the best thing you could do is subscribe. And I would say even now, after his passing, that would be a good way to honor his memory, is to subscribe to the Game Chasers channel. So let's go ahead and get started, and and it's been a while since I've seen the first few episodes, so you'll kind of see the age in it, but you'll kind of see where the direction how the show's going to be after an episode or two. So let's go ahead and get started in this.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Hey, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jay.
We've known each other since the 90s. We've been gamers all our lives.
And now, we're collectors.
Join us on our epic quest to rescue retro games from the dustbins of obscurity.
And give them a proper home. In our game rooms.
That is a very goofy. That is definitely a goofy, early 2010s type of green screen intro. And of course, you'll see this for the first couple of episodes when they do their silhouettes on the logo there. That they kind of bend in Billy's leg in post. I always thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, you could definitely tell this is some early 2010s YouTube.
I've been gaming since back in the days of the Atari 2600. I was maybe 5 years old. We didn't actually have an Atari, but one of my mom's friends, they did. And I remember going over there and playing, the Empire Strikes Back and things like that on the Atari 2600.
I've been gaming since, I was like 4 years old. My grandparents' house, they had it in television, and my uncle and my dad would always fight over television boxing, and I'd always want in, and they wouldn't let me in.
I've been collecting hardcore for probably 5 years or so now, and I got into it because I just wanted to play some of those older games that we had as kids. Eventually, I looked and I had a lot of Nintendo games and started collecting other systems too.
During that time, there was emulation, but I kind of feel with emulation, it's easy, it's convenient. I think pretty much at that time you could pretty much really only do it on PC, but it's not like now to where you could do it on your cell phone or like me on the tiny PCs. I mean, you could practically do emulation anywhere, but there's just nothing like playing a retro game on an old console. If you can play it on a CRTV, you got everything you need. And you get to relive all of those memories of how fun the games are and the frustrations on how difficult they are, which if you've seen any of my gameplay stuff, you definitely know that, because I cheat.
I've been a hardcore collector for probably the last 8 years, I guess. I sold all my games and I got older, and so I wanted them all back. And so I started collecting them all, basically. And that's where I am now.
Hey, Mike, this is Jay. Just calling to see if we're still on for 2.
We're doing our usual video game hunting on Saturday, and we met this guy on Craigslist. His name is Mike, and who I have actually now dubbed Video Game Mike. And we're going to go meet him. And we had some time to kill, so we went to this place called Entertainmart, which we frequent often because we get some pretty good deals on some games there. The thing about Entertainment Mart is I don't go in expecting to find anything, but I mean, if you want Nintendo games, they usually don't check on, you know, their prices. You can get a Nintendo game for $4 or less.
Why in the hell can I not have a place like this in my area? I don't want nothing small. Like the only thing in my area now is at one GameStop and a place called Game Exchange. Because like the thrift stores and all that have all dried up around here. And there's a few things up to the town north of me, which is about 10, 20 minutes away. But why can't my area have something like that? Because we all can't have nice things. That's why. I'm super jealous.
Super Nintendo games, I think, are $5 or less. Nintendo 64, $7 or less. I mean, I've seen, you know, like Donkey Kong for $7.
Stalking says, "Damn, Phoenix is a mecca for the retro shit." Man, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Mario Party for $7. Mario Kart for $7.
The best deal I ever found there actually was a Super Nintendo version of Boogerman. Usually retails around $30, $35, and I was able to get it for $5.99. So ever since then, I'm always checking and see what they got, because
Dawkins says Fallout games was my go-to in Phoenix.
you never know what you're going to find there.
You know, I've never played any of the Fallout games other than 3 and beyond. I haven't played any of the earlier ones, but I got them in one of these many giveaways that one of these companies give out over on the old PC.
A lot of times we won't even go there to look for games. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll go there to look and see what the stickers are in some of these old games.
If we find a game that has a sticker on it from another video store or something like that, we will call and see if they're still open. And if they are, and they have stuff, then we go and rummage through their things.
That was the good old days right there when the video rental places were selling their games. Those were the good old days right there.
Entertainment Mart didn't really find anything, but you know, you don't always when you go there.
It's usually hit or miss though.
Stalking says, not that Fallout. Fallout Games is a retro game store with 4 locations around Phoenix. Brought to you by Stalking Your Mom. Oh, I misunderstood. I'm sorry, sir. I misunderstood.
Like I said, I never go in expecting to find anything.
Now we're off to see Video Game Mike, and we'll see what he's all about. First time meeting him, you know, any guy who deals with old NES games is okay by me.
We're going to meet Mike at a McDonald's in Mansfield off 287. And we get there and he just starts pulling out box after box after box after box. And I was just like, wow, when's this going to stop? I mean, it was crazy how much stuff he had.
When he starts unloading these boxes of games, I knew that this was my kind of guy.
Yeah, definitely want these two. Okay. Just hold those for me.
Man, I was rummaging through his stuff. I come across this black cart, and whenever I see anything that's not gray, it kind of catches my eye. And I saw he had King of Kings. It's a wisdom tree game, one of those Bible games. As soon as I saw that game, I knew that I was walking out of there with it.
No, I don't have that. Yeah, that one's a good one, actually. That's actually a good game. Let's see what you got here. All these $5 a pop, too?
Well, some of them are the Donkey Kong one's 10.
Okay.
Contra is 20.
So what do? Do you just buy and sell? Or is that...
Yeah, I just buy and sell, really. I started off collecting, and then I seen what some of them were worth, so I started selling them.
Yeah. So are you...
See how ridiculous it is nowadays? You hear that? Go meeting somebody in a McDonald's parking lot, $5 and $10 games. I mean, that is unreal.
you still
Damn this internet and people price gouging games.
selling? I mean, you still buying?
Yeah, I'm still buying.
Because I got the Secret of Mana here.
How much you want for that one?
$30.
$30? I get $30.
Meeting Mike was really awesome. I gave him my number and my email, and he said he'll be in contact with me whenever he gets new stuff in or finds deals. He's going to contact me, so I'm going to keep in touch with Mike.
I got 2 NES games. I got the Adventures of Lolo, and
Oops. Sorry.
I got King of Kings.
I found a Tetris 2, Little Nemo, Paperboy. I paid $5 a piece on those, and he actually threw in a Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, which I have, but I needed to get another one.
Yeah, I had to rebuy Paperboy because you know who wanted the other one.
Oh, your ex-wife took your Paperboy?
Yeah. She hadn't taken it yet, but she's
got
like,
dibs on it.
Yeah, like 2 days ago, she's like, "Where's my Nintendo and my games?" I'm like, "All right, what do you want?"
What were you doing? Just hoping she would forget?
Well, yeah. Duh.
Yeah, apparently his ex-wife is jocking his games.
I was like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Let's make this easy." She's like, "Mario 1, 2, and 3, Paperboy, Dr. Mario, Legend of Zelda, and Adventure of Link."
You can take a lot of things from a man, but you can't take his games. So I feel sorry for the guy, I really do.
She was like, "Oh, by the way, the Mario one I want the one in the box." And I just kind of ignored it and kept talking. And she's like, "Did you hear what I said?"
What can you do, man? What can you do?
And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I got a Mario, but I don't know if I have one with Duck Hunt or not." She's like, "You're not listening to what I'm saying. I want the one in a box." I'm like, "No, I hear you, but we're gonna talk about that."
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but a plan was devised basically to hide them or take them to someone else's house and call her and tell her, "Hey, somebody broke in and they stole all my Nintendo games," and then be like, "I don't know what happened."
That's a sound strategy. Hide all your assets.
There was a plan advised. I wasn't a part of it.
Where are you guys located?
We got the games from Mike, and now we're heading off to Game Exchange in Waxahachie.
When we were leaving, me and Billy realized something. Wait a minute, Game Exchange. Is this the same one that's in the Irving Mall? Because if it is, we're not wasting our time and gas going out there.
When I first heard Game Exchange, the first thing that kind of popped in my mind was some game exchange company in one of the malls over here where we live. And they have ridiculous prices. I mean, the prices there are stupid.
They overcharge, and I mean, they got a lot of stuff, but if you want to pay up to 25% more than what it's actually worth, go ahead and go there.
People need to realize that just because a game is old doesn't mean that it's necessarily, rare and certainly not expensive. Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt is a classic game, but it's not worth $15.
So you guys are not associated with the Game Exchange in the Irving Mall?
We got the number, we called them, and they said they weren't affiliated with them whatsoever. So at that point, we were a go.
They said, "Look for a Whataburger."
See, it's funny because I still talk to people to this day that assume, and these are like complete game normies, they have no idea what the stuff's actually worth. Like, they think a Nintendo system is worth like $1,000. And that is, sometimes you got to explain to them how utterly ridiculous that is. My mom to this day still thinks that the Atari 2600 that me and my brother have, which I actually have here, the one with the wood paneling on it, she thinks it's worth like $5,000. And I have to explain to her every time I see her, "Mom, you can go to a flea market and get these things for like $10. They're not worth anything." I said, yeah, I would say, hey, you want to pay that much for your nostalgia? Whatever. I mean, even I think if you got it in a, unopened box, sealed, it wouldn't be worth that much. It would probably, in a box, worth, I'd jump that up to $20.
Well, she just told me that. Let's go. I know the place you're talking about in the mall. That place sucks, dude. They're as bad as Movie Trading Company.
So if we drove all the way down here and these people are pricing these games at ridiculous prices, I'm gonna freaking flip, man.
Well, I talked to the dude on the phone, and he said, I think he said their most expensive game was like $20 on their NES games. They got NES, SNES, Genesis, Atari. He said they got all kinds of stuff. So
I'm not seeing a Whataburger.
I don't know what that dude was thinking when he gave us directions, but he said turn left, turn right. It's near a Whataburger. It's across the street from Whataburger. Then I think he said like Verizon or something.
Dude, I don't even see a Whataburger sign.
Well, it's 1.3 miles away, so.
I have eyes like a hawk. No?
No, you don't.
Do I have eyes of the hawk? Yeah, I'd say I do. I can, yeah, spot your mom from a mile away.
I just want the record to show you're the one wearing glasses, not me.
You're supposed to be talking about games, not my eyes.
Okay, I wasn't talking about your eyes, and don't make it sound like I'm fantasizing about your stupid eyes.
Do you get lost in them?
Do I get lost in
He was talking about how he has this eagle-eye vision and stuff, and then he starts commenting on how blue my eyes are. I mean, I'm like, dude, come on. I know it's been a 40-minute car ride, and I know you're itching for some games, but, back off a little bit,
There it is. It's right there. See it?
We finally found Game Exchange. We pulled up, and I was just relieved. I didn't think we'd ever find it just because all the bad directions that we got from so many different.
So that's the Game Exchange. That's the Game Exchange that's in my area. Not that exact one, but that exact company. Which, from what I understand, they're franchised.
People.
We finally pull into the parking lot, and
You go to their website, and it's pretty much like, it's not like a website for like GameStop or something like that. Like you can go in there and buy games. There's just like, hey, visit these locations, and we may have these games here.
ready to get out of this car because 40-minute car ride with Jay gets kind of stinky. I walk into the door and it's like the gates of heaven opening up, man. Games everywhere.
You go into the counter, you look to the right, you got glass cases, and it's just old school. And you look to the left, and it's more old school.
And first thing I do is go straight for the Super Nintendo games because that's my thing. I was going over the rack for the SNES games, and one caught my eye immediately, and that was Final Fight 3. This game usually goes for around $30-35 on eBay. I saw it $15. Sure, it had some label damage. Sure, it had some stickers on it, but I'm completely confident that I can get that cart looking almost as good as new. And for $15, it's a no-brainer.
So my brother had come with us, and he found I believe a Star Wars on Sega CD.
And Jay's brother comes up, and I look at his stupid little meat claw, and he's got a Sega CD game, Rebel Assault, for $199. And I'm looking for this. I've been looking for this game for a while.
He showed Billy, and Billy said, "Let me see," and reached for it. And Billy and my brother were both yanking on the thing, saying, "Give it to me, it's mine, it's mine." They reminded me of my kids. It was ridiculous. Right in the middle of Game Exchange, throwing a fit.
A little bit of jealousy and a little bit of rage thrown in. I got a little angry. I wanted to look at it. I just wanted to look at it, and the guy flips out.
I could not believe it. And I looked at them, and I swear I thought I was talking to my kids. I was like, "What are you two doing?" And my brother says, "He won't give me the game back." And Billy says, "I just wanted to see it." I'm like, "Dude, you had the game, you picked it up first, you got dibs. Billy, knock it off."
I guess, looking back on it, it was kind of embarrassing, but at the time, I just wanted to see the game, and he didn't want me to see the game, and that's what it boiled down to. He thought I was going to take it and try to pay for it.
If you watch later episodes, he does that a lot. "Oh, let me just see that game." But they have a rule, whoever picks it up first is theirs. But it's hilarious because every time he's like, "Oh, let me see that." Hilarious.
Who knows? Maybe I would have.
It was ridiculous. My kids are 3 and 6, and these are grown men, older than me, mind you.
I wasn't gonna take the game from him. I just wanted to look at it. I wanted to read the back and look at it and then go pay for it.
Game Exchange. I found a complete inbox Tecmo Bowl, and I think I got it for $2.
When we were driving up there, I figured this was going to be a complete waste of time. I figured that they were going to be overpricing their stuff, and I was going to be completely disappointed.
Oh, if you were to walk in the one in my area now, because that was the same that was the same thing when they first got down here. The games were priced really, really nicely, and then over a period of time, they just jacked those prices up. And plus, they will take anything now. They'll take TVs, instruments. At one point, they were taking power tools. But I think they had to jack up the prices because the store in my location is 80% Pops. It's 80% Funko Pops. So it's like wall-to-wall Funko Pops. And I don't know if people are just not trading the stuff in because they would switch out inventory or like trade inventory between a location that's like 50 minutes away from us. But like there are certain sections, because when they first opened, they had a lot of great stuff. But over a period of time, it kind of dwindled down to where it was mostly just crap. And there was a couple of times I'd go in there to look for a used game, and I didn't want to get it at GameStop. And their pricing was pretty much, in the past, it was like they were lower than GameStop on used games. Now it's like comparable, probably within $5, if that. And sometimes it's just not even worth my time. But you go in there and they have a lot of what they call commons. So the only time whenever I go in there now is if I'm going for something specific, like this, like the guitar I just bought. I got it from them. Or I just want to just kill some time. I got nothing else to do. Let me see what they got. Oh, they got nothing. I'm just going to leave.
Nothing could be farther from the truth. We walked in and I was floored by how cheap some of their games were. This place won me over, and I will be going back there many, many times.
We were in there so long, it got dark outside, but hey, it was worth it.
The place was pretty awesome.
Damn, that's a good trip. That's a good visit.
Overall, I would say today was a success. I scored some games for Mike, made a new contact, found a new place. Really not too far from here, 30, 40 minutes away with some very good prices. So I'd say overall, good day. Can't complain.
End of the day, we got a new contact, we got a new store to shop at, and we got some games in our bags, and we're heading home. And I would say it was a pretty good haul for us. On to next week and see what we can find next weekend.
Brave Star, bitch.
All right, that's the first episode. We'll let this play out. Because you got to give credit where credit is due.
Oh, man. You know, Captain 8-Bit, we love to have a good time. But on a serious note, we hope you enjoyed the show. We got our inspiration from a show we love to watch, and that's American Pickers. And we were thinking to ourselves after, watching one of the shows, why don't somebody, do this with video games? And so here we started shooting, we started editing, put some stuff together, and got the thing almost edited up. And I started looking on YouTube, and lo and behold, somebody kind of beat us to the punch. We encourage you to watch them, man. They got a good show going. They're called the Retro Hunters. I'm going to put the link right down here. Check it out. We encourage you to watch, and of course we encourage you to watch us and subscribe, because we're going to have a lot of good stuff here in the future, and we're here to have a good time. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned.
I did watch the Retro Hunters, and it wasn't as good as in my opinion. I didn't like it as much as it was okay, but Game Chasers to me was better. So let's go on to episode 2.
You stink.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Hey, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jay.
We've known each other since the 90s. We've been gamers all our lives.
And now we're collectors.
Join us on our epic quest to rescue retro games from the dustbins of obscurity.
And give them a proper home in our game rooms.
It's time to take the show on the road. We're going to go down to San Antonio and meet up with a fellow YouTuber. We're going to go down the I-35 corridor. But first, before we get to San Antonio, we're going to hit up Austin. We're going to pass through, hit up some stores, and see what we can find.
All right, time to hit the road. I get to Billy's apartment, go to pick him up, and I pick up his luggage, which is a backpack, and it's pretty light. So light, in fact, that it feels like there's nothing in it. So I'm like, where are the clothes? And that's when his wife interjects and says, I told you so. And I'm like, told him so what? She's like, he's got no clothes packed. So I'm like, dude, you got no clothes packed? You left my house an hour and a half ago. Why aren't you packed and ready? And he's like, I don't stink.
You didn't have no clothes for a 3-day trip. What the hell is wrong with you?
When Jay arrived at the apartment, I was packed and I was ready to go. I had my backpack full of Retro Gamer magazine and toothbrush.
So I'm like, dude, we're going on a 3-day trip and you got no socks, no underwear, shirt, nothing? I mean, I don't understand that. So at that point, he throws a little fit, fine, and decides to go and pack a couple of things.
I don't stink.
It smelled like the car decided to fart.
Been in the car for 3.5 hours with Japheth going bang, 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 bang. So I'm glad to get out. And we're in Austin now and see a thrift store. We're gonna go check that out and see what they have.
We go in there and Billy notices this PlayStation 1 in a glass case. Asks the lady how much it is. She says $10. Not sure if it works, this and that. So if the lid opens and closes like it's supposed to, I'll take a chance on it.
Yeah, the lady just looked at that. She saw the cameras like, what the fuck? She had that look of like, oh, okay, weirdos filming. All right. But to be fair, they do ask if they can film in there before they come in.
And while he's doing that, I go over to the CD rack. When you go to a thrift store, especially like Goodwill or something like that, you always look at the CD rack. Because a lot of times you're going to find Dreamcast games and PS1 games that are in jewel cases. They'll put them with the CDs because the people that work there have no clue a lot of times. So they'll just stack them with the CDs, not knowing any better. So you always got to check those out.
$10 for a PlayStation, that's not too bad.
Actually, I went up to the counter to pay, and the chick rings me up and gave me a 50% discount.
Why?
I have no idea.
I go to the counter to pay, put the PlayStation on the counter. Chick rings me up, just kind of looks at me, starts typing in on her little computer thing, says $5.40. I'm not going to complain. She wants to give me a discount. Who am I to say no?
Because you probably want that dick.
People just, when they get around, and especially women, when they get around, like drop IQ points and they get stupid. So he has this uncanny knack to just get whatever the heck he wants, whether it be a discount or a free cake at KFC. It doesn't matter. The guy's going to get it. So, F him. So we're leaving the thrift store, and I pull up games on the GPS, and this place called Game Over Games comes up. So we're gonna go check them out. There are no Game Over stores in the Metroplex where we're from, so kind of anxious to see what they got going.
Dude, I can't get in there.
Yeah, you can't. Wait till his truck is by. Okay, his car. Now go, 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 go.
We pull up to this place, walking up to the front door, the glass on the outside. They got basically everything from like an Odyssey 2 down to like a PS3 and everything in between that came out. And so I hadn't even walked in the door yet, and already I'm excited.
Yeah, that's a very smart place to put those. I mean, I wouldn't be worried about sun damage or anything like that.
I'm anxious. We walked into Game Over, and my eyes lit up. I mean, if you can think of it, they had it.
This place is a gold mine. The fact that they even have a full case dedicated to imports says something.
A lot of the diehard fans who, they don't play them anymore, they need money.
Right.
And they're like, well, here's a stack of all these import Dreamcast fighting games.
Gotcha.
And then I'm like, all right.
Entire racks full of Atari, Television, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, TI-99, any system you can think of.
One of the employees tells us that they have a museum. We might be a little uncultured, but I'm thinking, okay, what kind of museum is going to be in your back room? We go back there and pretty freaking impressed.
It's so cool. Systems behind glasses, cards, and little date pads that say when they were released, how many consoles were sold.
This is a signed Power Glove by the cast of The Wizard. Alamo Drafthouse was doing a special screening of the show a couple years back. I don't know if you ever saw the documentary The King of Kong.
Yeah, great movie.
This is signed by Walter Day and Steve Wiebe. Oddly enough, Billy Mitchell wasn't there
Figure that one.
to sign.
Really, if you were Billy Mitchell, would you be there to sign it?
Game Over has a main machine. You see a cabinet, gotta play, of course.
We decided we were going to take on the Donkey Kong Challenge, see if we could beat Steve Wiebe at his own game. Let me tell you something. We came so close to beating that record, it's not even funny.
Really?
You definitely need your energy when searching for games. So at Game Over Games, I had to buy a Mario energy drink. Other than that, I was just window shopping.
A place like Game Over is really awesome to see, but you got to keep in mind going into a place like this.
Target says I'm
that
going to have
it
to
is
check
a
this
retail
channel
store.
out. Oh,
Gotta
yeah, for
respect retail
sure. I mean,
prices.
We didn't come out there with much, but
they're
it's still a
great.
fun place
They
to
are
go
absolutely
and look,
great.
Hang out for a while. It's a store full of games, so it's just fun being there.
Once it gets into the later episodes, it's really hilarious.
One of these. How is it? It's basically Red Bull with a Mario on the cover.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's good. I like Red Bull.
That's cool.
After we left Game Over, we hit a few more places, and it was basically the same story everywhere we went. Retail, retail, retail.
It was awesome seeing all these different stores and the games that they had. We just couldn't buy anything.
Found
God, man, $20 for Mario Brothers 3 now? God, that'd be a steal.
this place in the mall. These guys' prices were so ridiculous. We walked in and walked right back out.
You know, it looks like we're probably going to leave Austin empty-handed.
Looking at Austin in our rearview mirror, heading down to New Braunfels.
There's a place called the D-Pad. We want to hit that up. It's another retail store, but hey, you never know.
Boy, what kind of bullshit is this?
It's called New Brunswick.
What the fuck? Why the hell would anybody choose to live here?
It's a small, quiet, quaint town.
Dude, these roads are worse than freaking Louisiana.
We obviously don't give a damn about their roads and doing construction and making sure people aren't driving like this. They're going down the freaking road.
You've got to be freaking kidding me, dude.
Lost satellite reception.
Of course you did. We're in the middle of effing nowhere.
You think something orbiting the Earth would be able to keep track of you, but not when you enter New Brunswick. Nope.
Felt like I was driving to my demise. We come to this intersection, we see Slash rocking out on one corner, see D-Pad on the other, and it was game on.
And I saw that logo of the D-Pad on the side of the building. I knew I was going to love this place.
Walk into D-Pad, not your typical.
Oh, those bongos, man. Bane of my existence at GameStop. Bongos and fucking guitars.
Store, it looked like maybe you were walking into a cage fight or something. It was kind of chain link fence all over the place.
Looked up on the wall, and I mean, yeah, they had a lot of rare games. I think I saw Adventure Island 3 on the NES and RC Pro Am 2. So they had some rare stuff. Of course, they knew the value of them, and these guys knew what was up. They knew what to charge for these games, so you weren't going to go in there and find something for nothing. But Jay was going to try.
Pretty sure that's like a old school bootleg.
I'm going through the games, whatnot, on the shelf, and all of a sudden I look and Japheth is gone. I can't find him anywhere. I look around, and he's like, where is he? And I see this little blue hat above the shelf, like this, like on the back shelf. And I think he's sniffing something out. What did he find? And so I go back there. I'm like, what is this guy doing? And he has found this little box full of Nintendo games that they haven't gone through yet and marked his price. They haven't looked up and found the value of them and priced them.
Yeah, that is kind of rude. I mean, I would never do that, because when you work in retail, you don't want people going through your unopened boxes, you know?
And you know, like any collector, anything not dark gray catches my eye. I see this this light gray cartridge, pick it up, and nothing I've ever seen before. It was a bootleg with all the light gun games on it, you know, your Hogan's Alley and Duck Hunt and things like that. I hand it to the dude, and I'm like, how much for the game? And he's like, hang on a second. He goes back to his little computer. He comes back to me, and he says $4.99.
Was that just the price you threw out because you couldn't find a list on it?
Pretty much.
Is that negotiable?
I'm like, so is that negotiable? And the guy pretty much says, well, hit me with something.
Depending on how you haggle, I'll let you.
I'll go 3. How about 3?
3 if he takes off his shirt?
3, I'll show you some nipple too.
Getting good.
They're $34.99.
Thank you. $2.99.
Like so, start at.
$2.99. All right, sweet.
$2.99. Okay.
What kind of game store do you go into and they got a Coke dispenser behind the counter?
Maybe he thought I was cute too. I don't know.
It makes me mad because that doesn't happen to me ever. In fact, sometimes people just make an excuse to charge me more because they don't like my face. But when it comes to game hunting, it comes in handy. So I'm not going to complain too much.
Because I'm a pimp.
This is a rare game.
I've been asking.
So I'm going through this box and I come across another pretty rare game, Bonk's Adventure on the NES. And I mean, I know what this thing's worth. It's not cheap, but I'm hoping I get a little bit lucky with this one too.
He asked the guy how much.
He goes back, checks it up.
The whole time both of us are thinking, just don't find the price, but just come back and say like $4.99, $4.99.
Yeah, this game apparently is like $70.
Yeah, I know.
Was confused.
So when were you gonna tell us this?
Well, I wasn't. I was just gonna see what y'all were gonna charge. I mean, yeah,
Let's take it back. We're going back to $4.99.
I was trying to pull one over on them. You know, maybe get a $70 game for $5, $10, and
They weren't having it. They were going to take the game and put it behind glass at that point once they saw the value of it.
what I pick up at D-Pad, I got me a couple of classic games. Empire Strikes Back on the Atari 2600. Also picked me up an E.T. on Atari 2600. That bootleg I got for $3.
You had more luck than I did, but you know what? There's always tomorrow, so I'll try to one-up you tomorrow.
Well, we will see, won't we?
We'll see.
I've been there. Yeah, it's San Antonio, and I've walked past there, and I went to the right across the street. There is the Ripley's at the time, the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum. I hated San Antonio because the times that I've been down there, it has been fucking hot as shit. And on the last visit, tried to go to the liquor store, and I guess they saw a bunch of us and decided to close early because they closed the door. They locked the door as we were trying to come in as a group. And it wasn't even 6 o'clock yet, and it said that they closed at 8. And they locked the door and said they were closed. Try to keep me away from my liquor at that time.
All right, we're finally in San Antonio. Obviously, it's a little too late to find games. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little bit of sightseeing.
San Antonio at night was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was it.
The Alamo was closed, but you know, it's kind of cool. They got lights. They got lights hanging around the Alamo. Can anybody be professional here? I mean, really.
We're gonna hit San Antonio hard, have a little fun, kick back a little bit.
We're gonna have a few drinks and play a few games. Just gonna enjoy the nightlife here in San Antonio.
And tomorrow we're gonna hit the day fresh, ready to look for some games. Good times for all.
Tomorrow morning we're gonna get up and meet a mystery guest. So stay tuned. Good night.
Yeah. Who is this mystery
What do I
guest?
say? I never watched the Game Chasers. I'm Jane. I never watched the Game Chasers.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Hey, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jay.
We've known each other since the 90s. We've been gamers all our lives.
And now we're collectors.
Join us on our epic quest to rescue retro games
Episode
from the
3, by the
dustbins of
way.
obscurity.
And give them a proper home in our game rooms. All right, we just woke up, getting ready to get our day started. Getting up to cracking noon. We're supposed to be up at about 9, but y'all saw the end of the last episode.
We're just freaking lazy.
We're gonna be meeting a fellow YouTuber named 8-Bit Eric.
I know that dude. I whipped his ass a couple of times in Mario Kart World. And he has cursed my name for it.
The guy is funny. He's one of us. He blends in. The dude just fits right in with both of us. It's like we've known him since the 90s.
Pretty much he fit right in with the rest of us foul-mouthed chuckleheads.
So do you want to suck my nuts? Dude, he should fucking come back. I'm gonna phone his wife because I don't like his gauge tears. Right now there's a fat Chinese kid buying a game here somewhere that we could fucking be buying. Lesbians? Like the worst cockblocks of all time, dude. Yeah, Zord, whatever the fuck is Zodis. They scared the shit out of me, dude. HEB's a fucking devil though, dude. Fucking Geronimo. A fucking shit sandwich.
There's a lot more cussing in this episode than usual.
Yeah, dude, I got a bad mouth, dude.
F that filthy bastard. We got 8-Bit Eric. Just had lunch. He knows of a place called Open Air Mission Flea Market. He's never been there, and obviously we haven't either, so we're gonna go check that out first.
A little kind of small rundown type of look to it, but you know what? Those are the places you find the games.
Honestly, it looks like our kind of place. It's a little rundown, not a whole lot of people there, but that's perfect for us. Hoping there weren't any resellers there.
So we go in,
Boo,
and one of the first
resellers.
vendors we see has this Genesis, and you think he wants like $10 for it or something?
It sounds like there's keys in it. I don't know. I like to cut them open, dude, and clean them out. Oh shit, that is keys in there.
No, those are like coins or something.
Those are tokens.
I bet you
Somebody thought it was an arcade machine, was depositing quarters into it.
I don't know what that was about. Maybe his kids got a hold of it or something.
All right, I already see 3 games I want.
Right when we walked in, there was a vendor who had a good number of games up there, and he had NES games, and he was selling them for $3 a piece.
3? You do 2?
I was like, well, you do 2
Doc
apiece
says,
on them. He goes,
foul
"I'll do 2
mouth
if you buy,
chucklehead sounds
buy a
like
bunch."
us. Yep.
Well, if you take a bunch, yeah.
Eric kind of lit up a little bit and got 5 or 6 games and walked out of there pretty happy, actually.
I mean, Eric's a cool dude. I mean, he's got a YouTube channel now. Most of the stuff that he does now is he talks about the gaming industry, about all the drama that's going on, and he has an ongoing feud with Rich from Review Tech.
So he was pretty happy.
And of course, Rich from Review Tech is gone off the deep end. Especially some of the stuff that he has said this week.
Happy at $2 a game, so.
This is my kind of place. Thanks, guys.
If you're in a situation where you see a stack of games on a table and you want to buy 5 or 6 of them, ask the price for just one. Because if you ask the price for all of them up front, they're going to give you some number that you're not going to want to pay. Ask the price of just one. And if the guy says $3 for just one game, then grab the pile and say, okay, well, will you do 2 a piece?
Now that I've seen how to wheel and deal, I think it's going to be interesting to look for more games.
It's hot, so I'm thirsty, and I go up to the concession stand to get everybody some drinks. And all of a sudden, I hear these 3 knuckleheads behind me, like, freaking out, Jay, and I turn around, I'm like, what? They go, dude, she's got a Tigger suit right here. So I turned to the lady, I was like, how much for the Tigger suit? She's like, $5. I'm like, why aren't y'all buying it then? What is wrong with y'all? You need permission?
We're walking out with a Tigger suit at that point. You see a Tigger suit for $5, you're buying it. No questions asked.
Okay, here's $5. Thank you.
flea market, I got Oakage.
I did see at a Burlington Coat Factory the other day. Last week, as a matter of fact, one of the few times in the last couple of days that I have been able to go somewhere that's not work and enjoy myself for even just a little bit of time. They had a Tigger suit. They actually had a whole bunch of Tigger suits. And that's Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, so don't get excited. Bunch of them, $25. And I thought, you know what, this would be great for Spooky Scary Month. So I thumbed through them. I looked found my size. And I debated. And I debated. I debated one more time. And then I decided to walk away. Only because at the time I was like, you know what? I don't need another one of these type of jumpsuit things clogging up my closet. Considering that I'm old and I should not be buying such trivial things. Even though I sit here right now as I'm talking directly to you in the camera, and I know how much full of shit I am. Because first chance I get, I'm probably going to go back there and buy it. Because I don't know any better.
PS2, and I also picked up a box Sega Genesis Aladdin. Paid $3. I just didn't really see anything else that I wanted.
There was a lot of good finds there. For some reason, they were closing down a little bit earlier, so I wish we would have had the chance to shop around.
God, that's a nightmare right there. I cannot. No, absolutely not. Digging through like a bag of wires. Hell no.
More because it looked like there was some good deals there. It's just, I guess, the Easter weekend.
I can't complain. I picked up Paperboy in 64 for $3, and I got a Tigger suit for $5.
Stuffed Mario, Kid Cool, Dragon Spirit, Captain Skyhawk, Marble Madness, and Faxanadu. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Faxanadu?
Yeah, Faxanadu.
And you paid $2 a piece for all of them, didn't you?
Yeah, you also forgot to get your Sega Genesis.
I didn't forget.
You just chose not to.
I chose not to.
See, like, not even 2 minutes away, and there's another pawn shop right there.
Cash America.
Why?
I'll be right back.
Oh.
If they have anything, I'll come get you.
That's
Stay in the car. What are you doing? Stay in the car.
It's like a drug raid, dude.
Go see if they have anything.
Oh, shit, it looks like they do, dude. Just along with the DVDs right there.
Dude, pawn shops, you know, you got thrift stores, you got it. One of my best scores was I found about 40 games at a Salvation Army and paid $1 a piece for them.
Like right now, I'm like on an NES phase and then an Atari phase.
Right.
But then I'm like, fuck, I need to get more Super Nintendo games because I only have like 20 of those.
Right.
I'm like, I need to get them.
Well, see, like Super Nintendo games, I've only got about 40.
Okay, I had nothing.
We're going to another place that Eric says that he goes to a lot to find his Nintendo games, and that's called Propaganda Palace.
I think it's one of the best ones in San Antonio.
Off to Propaganda Palace, Eric swears by this place. There is a ton of video games here. I mean, it's like a mini game over.
He had a lot of stuff. He had Gyromite in the box. He had a Rob Odyssey games. He had Vectrex games. I've been looking for Vectrex games, so that was kind of cool.
They have almost anything you could think of there. I've been there a few times. It's one of my favorite places to shop. I mostly go for the $5 games for the NES.
Mind if I open this up?
No, go ahead. We got the buttons, the colored buttons, the two spinning tops, the hands, the motor, everything.
How much is this?
By itself, I'd probably do about $1 bill for one in the box complete like that. You don't see these things, man.
No, I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, they're way rare. Nobody took care of them. Nobody kept them.
Actually, I picked up a Rob, just the robot, for $20 the other day.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
They go for about 100 to 100.
But I don't have any of the accessories.
You don't have the accessories.
God, for the life of me, I cannot. I have a Rob. I think I'm supposed to. It's probably buried in one of these stinking boxes I've still got from when I moved. Because I was actually thinking about that the other day. Like, hey, you know, I think I still got that Rob the Robot. Because, you know, the NES I got came with everything. And I thought, well, you know what? I ought to bust it out and just kind of like put it up. But knowing my stupid ass, I probably chucked it somewhere. Or I broke it. No, I didn't break. Well, I don't think I broke it. I may have done something with it. I don't know. That's gonna be a mission to go through some of these boxes to see if I still got that. I am gonna be. If I did something with it, and I just can't remember, I'm gonna just be fucking kicking myself in the ass for that.
The owner, AJ, really cool dude.
He answers every question that you ask. He'll talk about games, talk about anything. He'll just sit there and, you know, shoot the breeze with you about video games.
When I was born, video games were just barely getting going. The very first video game machine was out, the Magnavox Odyssey.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in 1975, when I'm 3 years old, my dad, who's been a salesman his whole life, starts working for some unknown company called Atari. Nobody knows who Atari is. He had one of those Pong machines in a bag, and he'd go from electronics shop to TV store and all that, and he'd be selling. So a few years later, when I was old enough, they got me one of those for Christmas. They had just come out that Christmas, 1977. They were new, and dude, I was in heaven. I mean, that was the greatest time I ever had in my life.
Like, I know the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is the same as
I didn't really find anything that I was interested in getting. It just seems like every game that I asked about was kind of a little bit more than I was willing to pay. Had a lot of awesome stuff, and it's just one of those places that if you're looking for a certain game, just go in, get it, have it in your hand. You get to test it out right there. He lets you play the games, so you know they work.
I picked up Kung Fu and Guerrilla War. Never played this one. Played that one, $5 each.
Good for him.
Leaving Propaganda Palace, Eric got a few things. Most everything I saw I wanted a little out of my price range, so walked out empty-handed. We're going to another Game Over video games here in San Antonio.
Wow. I used to DJ, so I was...
Tell them where you DJ'd.
Yeah. And
Our buddies?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Jay used to work at a male strip club.
Go ahead and laugh. I got laid all the time, so...
It doesn't count when it's dudes, though.
Wow. What was her name? Amanda?
We never like to go into a store cameras blazing.
You filming? So we went into GameStop and kind of got busted filming.
We always like to call in ahead and say, can we come in and shoot? And we called the San Antonio's Game Over store there and asked them if we could come in. And they said no, unlike the Austin store who said, all right.
As soon as I walked in the door, I took 3 steps and noticed that they had one of the rarest Nintendo games.
Artist interpretation, and Jay's got his ass hanging out. Worker dude.
Out there. It was a Myriad 6-in-1 cartridge.
He said, dude, get over here. I went over there, I checked it out, and it was amazing, man, because, you know, how often are you going to see something like that in person? It was really cool.
Pure gold.
I saw $9.99, and my first reaction was $9.99.
They wouldn't let us film, but they did agree to let us take a couple of still shots of the Myriad cartridge. One of our cameramen is a little shady, so when he's supposed to be taking still shots, he actually had video rolling, so good job, Dodongo.
Was actually marked $999.
Jesus.
And at that point, I breathed a sigh of relief knowing that he wasn't going to get that game.
$1,000 was just a hair over what I could afford, so wasn't walking out of there with it.
Unfortunately, I can't pay $999 for a game. I don't even like spending $20 on a game.
If I win the lottery, I'm gonna go buy that game just to rub it in y'all's face.
Just remember, never pay retail. If you can avoid paying retail, do not do it.
We should just ask the manager who do we gotta sleep with around here and get that price on shit.
All right, man, we're gonna drop you off, man. It's good hanging out.
Been a long day, found a couple things, but time to turn in. Going back to the hotel, starting fresh tomorrow. Why are you shaking your head?
Day one in San Antonio. Fruitful for Eric.
This is 8-bit Eric's backyard. These games are mine. I got the Nintendo Power. How ridiculous do these guys look?
I didn't really get anything, but there's always day two. And tomorrow, that's when I shine. I always shine on day twos. It's a little thing that I have. I see no reason why I can't continue.
You said you better not wake up with Daryl in your bed, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, well, we got to see day 2. You know we got to see day 2.
I asked the dude behind the counter, I was like, let me see that. He pulls it out and shook it around a little bit. We basically got topless, amongst other things.
Yeah, because we got to see Jay in the Tigger suit.
Everyone knows Texas is a big state.
Which means we got a lot of games here, and it's our job to find them. Hey, I'm Billy.
And I'm Jay.
We've known each other since the 90s. We've been gamers all our lives.
And now, we're collectors.
Join us on our epic quest to rescue retro games from the dustbins of obscurity.
And give them a proper home. In our game rooms.
So how ghetto is y'all's hotel?
Pretty effing ghetto. So I can't wake you up by slapping it on your hip. You will fucking die. I will have to call moms and pops and be like, your son's dead. I will kill you if you do that.
I stayed at this Motel 6 one time, dude.
Is it bad there?
It was okay. It's just sometimes there's shady people that, no pun intended, shady people that were up in there, dude. And like, you know how you have those connector rooms with the doors?
Yeah.
Dude, like I swear to God, I was staying there and like I woke up like at 4 and you just hear, oh. It sounded like they're making a porno in there, dude.
Daryl, take your shirt off. Let's see your traps. Let's see them. Come on. Shave your hairy fucking bush nipples. Bush nipples.
Because like as soon as they were done, you just hear a bunch of people laughing and then just talking. Like it sounded like there was a fucking camera crew in there and shit.
Bitch, I got these fucking.
Let's go over that way.
I got these softball shoulders. These fucking traps that are fucking.
And then you just hear like you only hear one chick, and you just hear like 4 dudes in there.
Sleep without shirt.
I think it was something very bad to say right there.
Bussey's Flea Market.
Bussey's
or Busey's.
Busey's?
I just know it has a fucking armadillo on the front.
Gary Busey's.
That's what I always think.
Gary Busey.
Busey's is a flea market right outside of San Antonio, and it's in between, actually it's kind of in between San Antonio and New Braunfels, so I really don't want to head back in New Braunfels direction.
Boy, what kind of bullshit is this?
It's called New Braunfels.
What the fuck?
He looks like a busted Slash.
But we don't have any choice. We're going to this Busey's flea market.
I guess they made Billy take some clothes with him because he's wearing different outfits.
We're sitting here at Busey's. We've been here for a few minutes, and there are a lot of people with a lot of games here. It's actually pretty impressive. One of the best things is I don't see a lot of resellers. I don't see a lot of people overcharging things like that.
Fuck. I gotta get some more money.
This lady was selling a Nintendo 64 with a Star Fox in it.
How much for the 64? I'll take it. There you go.
She didn't really have any other games, but what she did have is something else that I really like, and that's old toys.
And I never knew what that was.
That's good.
He didn't know what it was either.
Hey, was this Razar?
I come across Razar. Or is it Toka?
Oh shit, they got turtles?
Yeah, they do.
Freaking cool, man.
That's not bad, Joe.
Oh, I got one of those.
Well, Shady J undercut me on a top loader at Bussy's Flea Market.
So what are you asking for your top loader?
It's $60. That's the original dog bone controller, all your hookups, and it got a 30-day warranty.
I think I'm fighting you for it.
Man, I gotta ask. Will you take $50?
I could probably do 50, dude, but without the control, I'll give you a regular square one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I wasn't having any of it.
Can I get it for 55?
Can you get it for fuck you?
Eric did not like that at all.
Will you go 55? Meet me in the middle. 55 we can for the set.
All right, man.
Deal.
Oh, you bastard.
Deal on
That's
that.
a good deal, though.
Jade whips out the money.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, that mother.
Eric said I undercut him. I mean, we're both sitting there with our thumbs up our butts talking about, oh, well, maybe I need to get it, maybe I need to get it. I spoke first.
I think Eric was a little hesitant. I did think he was kind of teetering on whether or not he wanted to spend the money in the first place.
Caught you slipping, bitch.
Son of a bitch. You're officially my YouTube enemy now.
Finders keepers. Eric's a weeper.
Now the one I've got does not have that that bone shaped controller. I actually, where did I find that? Did I order it online? I think I ordered it online. No. I either ordered, oh geez, God, it's been so long. Sometimes when you go and buy all this stuff, you can't remember, especially when you go on a mad buying spree, you can't remember where you got it all exactly. I think I did get it offline, but they didn't have the controller that came with it, even though the ad said it did. They sent me just a fucking regular NES controller. I'm like, well, I got the top loader. That's fine. That's what I wanted. I mean, there's a the thrift store that's near me, because they bought another building, a bigger building to do more thrift store stuff, and the video game part of the old thrift store, I guess they ended up closing that part down and moving it into a corner into that big building. They've got two Super NES minis that I have been wanting forever, which will end up just sitting back here, pretty much like my Famicom, my Super Famicom I got back here. I ain't gonna do shit with it. It's just gonna, right? I need to put it on the shelf. It's sitting on the floor right now. It's just decoration. That's all it's gonna be, decoration. And I hate to have to think of the poor bastard that's going to have to comb through all this shit if something were to happen to me. Of course, I've already told my friend that she's going to be probably getting all this shit. Like, I'm going to will it all to her, so it's going to be her problem. And as a matter of fact, she gave me a big-ass fucking box full of just PS2, Xbox 360, DS games. So she's like pawning her shit onto me. But I did tell her, I said, well, you know, statistically, I'm going to go before you are. So you're just going to get that shit back plus some. And you can do whatever you want with it. Find people with a good home for it. You know, like that'll be an adventure kind of thing, like a weekly old 80s TV show where, well, we got to find a good home for this copy of oh shit, something just off the top of my head. We got to find a good and loving home for this copy of Star Tropics. And every week, you know, is a drama and all this stuff, and to see whether these people are deserving of keeping a physical copy of Star Tropics. Will they take good care of it? Will they keep my legacy alive by handing these games out? Now, fuck no. It's probably she'll sell it off to somebody that's going to have a 3-year-old, and all they're going to do is put the damn game in their mouth and use it for like a chew toy.
Hopefully the rest of the day will be better for me.
Kind of boils my balls a little bit.
We're still at Busey's. We run across this guy who has a shop.
How much you asking for that?
On that one, 20 bucks.
20?
This guy knows what's up. I mean, even at flea markets, if you walk into a specialty shop who sells games, and that's all they sell, guess what? They know what the stuff's worth.
How much for Rescue Rangers or Ring King? This underneath Battletoads.
Ring King, I'll do, you know what, that's 5, and that one's 5 also.
I'll take both these.
The Chippendale for $5, that was a pretty good deal because I've seen that for like 10 or more.
Found Rebel Assault on the shelf, and I'm like, asked the dude to go, hey, let me see that. And finally, just, you know, nobody was here to take it from me this time. Nobody was here to grab it with their stupid freaking meat claws. Guess what? It's the wrong game.
I think I have it. No, that's Lethal Enforcer, sorry.
Oh, okay.
It was at that point the light bulb went off in my head and said, this weekend is a complete and utter fail for me.
Leaving Busey's, you know, the guy's got a game or two. Overall, I'd say I'm the big winner so far this morning. Top loader, $55, and a Nintendo 64 and Star Fox.
I still beat your price though, so it doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck. Yo, there's...
And Busey's, I walked away with a whole whopping handful of Ninja Turtle figure.
Is that all you left with? Are you kidding me? That's not all you left with. A Ninja Turtle figure?
It really is.
You find the deals or you get dealt with.
You can actually exit this 37 towards Johnson City.
Johnson City. I heard that the people there are very testy.
I heard they can be dicks.
They be cocky at times.
8-Bit Eric is going to take us to a relatively new shop that he's been to a few times inside the Highway 90 flea market.
Highway 90. This is going to be the place where I find something. Who am I kidding? I'm not finding anything here either.
So we walk into this shop and we're looking around for about 32 seconds and one of the guys behind the counter says, yeah, I recognize you guys from YouTube. So that was pretty neat.
It's really cool to run into people like that and know that they're fans and that they watch.
So how did you come across it?
I actually saw it as one of like the popular guys, because I'm barely getting into the gaming as well.
Was it Gamester 81?
Yeah, he favored it, and I think that's actually giving you guys a lot of hits.
How random is that, really?
Yeah, I hate it when people recognize me too. I tend to run in the opposite direction. Not from here, not from YouTube or Twitch or Kick. Mostly in real life, and I just try to avoid them and turn the corner because, you know, I ain't got time for conversations. I had to save all my energy for work. Because being highly energetic and overly positive, even though you're probably for the most part faking it, it's very tiring. I mean, I'm surprised I'm not falling asleep right now, but hey man, we got an important mission that we're doing right now.
At this point in the trip, I had to buy a game, any game, and I saw Streets of Rage 2 on the Sega Genesis, complete in box with manual. I had to get it. It was $10, reasonable. You know, I have 1 and 3, so I needed 2 anyway, so I got it. $10. I shorted the guy $1 though. I was like, I gave him $9. I was like, it's 10.
Bought me a Q*bert there for $5. I don't have Q*bert yet. Actually, I've never played Q*bert. That game sucked. After we left this shop, Eric took us to a couple more places inside this flea market, and it was pretty much a bust.
we're done with game hunting in San Antonio, and I'm glad one of us got something out of it. Well, two of us if you want to count Eric, but who wants to do that? So we're heading on out to this flea market here, and we're going to downtown San Antonio.
Interesting fact about the Riverwalk in San Antonio. If you've never been there, if you fall in, they'll arrest you. And when I went both times, it was managers conference with GameStop. Of course, there's always these wild stories when you go to a managers conference of like, hey, this person did this. Did you hear about the manager that got sent home because they did this? And one of the stories was, hey, did you hear one of the managers got sent home because they fell into the Riverwalk, which of course never confirmed. But the problem with the Riverwalk is restaurants surround that stuff. And of course, there's alcohol, and there's no guardrails on the Riverwalk. There was a few places that had guardrails, but the vast majority did not. Of course, people are going to fall in. But I don't think they arrested people. Well, they probably fined them. They probably, because, honestly, really, the government makes more money off of a ticket than they do throwing you in jail. Unless they fine you in jail. I don't know. I don't know how the system works. I just keep my nose clean and I go home, work. That's it. Stay out of trouble, kids. Say no to drugs.
Video game gods shined down on Jay the whole weekend, and I got smited. What are you gonna do? What can you do other than to make Jay dress up as Tim and make an ass of himself?
Couldn't even get the whole thing zipped up.
Unfortunately, that backfired.
Not one female or anybody even acknowledged Shady Jay's existence until he put on that Tigger outfit. Beforehand, he was just some hairy, weird-looking wolf man, son of a bitch. But as soon as he put on the Tigger outfit, he had bitches left and right coming after him. Like, they were like squirrels just trying to get a nut. Like, literally.
We think we're gonna make this guy look like a complete and utter jerk, but unfortunately, he became a chick magnet. A freaking Tigger outfit, are you kidding me? Why didn't I know about this when I was 19?
For some reason, we ended up downtown for over 2 hours of him just walking around like Tigger.
Billy and Eric were green with envy. It was pretty freaking ridiculous. Apparently they don't like when Jay gets all the attention. That's just the way game hunting go.
All right, dude, so this is where we drop you off, man. It was cool hanging out.
Good times.
Yeah.
Fuck you for getting the top loader, you son of a bitch. And the fucking hose.
AB Derek was a really cool dude. Check out his YouTube channel. Really enjoyed hanging out with the dude.
I think the victor in the end, even though I don't want to admit it, Jay had a good day. He had the top loader for 55, that son of a bitch. And then he ended up killing the show with his Tigger outfit. Damn sluts.
Cause I'm a pimp. Overall, San Antonio, in my opinion, was a winning trip. Some of us just won more than others. Gary Busey. Pew, 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 pew. I swear to God, Billy, you better fucking not. Just knock it off. You son of a bitch.
Is that still rolling?
Yeah.
All right. So that's the first 4 episodes of. Let me go back wide here real quick while I get this set up. of the first 4 episodes of the Game Chasers. That pretty much got it. So you can kind of see the what the premise of the show is going to be. So I think we'll go ahead and end the night with one more. Let's see, I gotta find it. We'll watch one of the. Yeah, shit, I done fucked up. Hold on. Nope, not there. There we go. We'll go there. Okay. We'll go and we'll watch the last one they posted. So to kind of see where they kind of went from there, and you can kind of see the changes of the show from the beginning to the very last one. So we're gonna end on which they got to episode 90. I'm sure this one was 2 months ago, so I don't know how far ahead that they posted these. But let's see if maybe there's some like ready to go down the pike. But if this is it, this is Billy's last video as far as Game Chasers go. So they've made it to 14 years, 90 videos or 90 episodes.
On today's episode of the Game Chasers.
There's something that's crazy in there.
Exactly what we need. You want somebody who hasn't put the games out in their garage cell.
The maturity level in this group. You know,
that's a Saturn controller. And there's a hole in the fence as if to lure people in to some kind of trap.
Ooh, I hope it's still open at 3:40 in the afternoon.
Well,
why is it that we always do this?
Who do we have to blame?
Why do we always do this? Why?
14 years later, and Billy is still wearing those stupid fucking 2010s like Affliction type of t-shirts. If you're gonna rock it, I guess.
We always get here an hour before it's getting ready to shut down.
So a long time ago, we just happened to stumble across this event called Antique Alley that happens twice a year in this area.
And it is literally spans miles and multiple cities. Garage sales, estate sales, antique stores, just flea market kind of stuff. Just basically everything that we do rolled into one. So the first time we partook in this event, we kind of stumbled into it. I think Billy found a Craigslist ad or something, someone selling some stuff, and we head out to where this person was, and we see a bunch of people set up selling things.
We've always talked about coming back and going through this thing as much as possible and not just hitting it at 3 in the afternoon.
Oh, by the way, that was like 12 years ago too when we did this. We've been talking for 12 years about doing this thing again, and this is the first chance we've had to do it.
We got up really early.
I was up at
For
6:30.
us.
Yeah,
For us.
well, we got up early for early.
Yeah, it was early.
I was up at 6:30.
Yeah. So we didn't
6:15.
We didn't roll in. The last time we were here, we rolled in at noon. But
Right.
So the strategy when going through this place is you just go, you travel along all these random roads, and you look for the garage sale signs. So the first garage sale here is actually an estate sale. They're letting us go inside, which is always cool.
yeah, games like video games.
No.
Yeah, video games.
No.
Video games. Okay.
No, be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's games, we don't know. You're gonna start on
Actually,
laughing movies.
Oh, excuse me, sir. What do you got on the head? How much?
Okay, no games here, but I found a styrofoam head, and I need this.
Yeah.
It's $1, so I'm gonna buy it.
Styrofoam head. Forget about it.
Why do you need a head? Don't tell me.
What?
He knows. I've obviously known the guy for a long time, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities that he got this head to do.
The maturity level in this group. You know, why does someone's gonna get a styrofoam head and immediately the thought process is you're gonna have that?
Very inappropriate.
What are you implying? I want to hear this.
I'm not. Well,
would you get out of the way?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay.
We're too abrasive.
That's okay. That's all right.
I want the head for display purposes. I'm gonna put a mask on it. That way it stays.
What mask?
I have a Michael Myers mask. I have a
So you're
hockey
not-
mask
so
that
you're
someone
not gonna-
custom painted. And no, I'm not gonna bang the head. I mean, it's not the worst idea, but I'm just not gonna.
It's like they ate paint chips as a kid and then ate them again in their 20s.
That's yeah, that's pretty awesome.
These two are sealed.
Director's cut too.
Yeah, no, these are factory.
Yep.
Something does catch my eye right as we're getting ready to leave. A box of VHS. 50 cents a piece on VHS, that's great.
Somebody's gotta buy them.
Did you get the True Lies?
Yeah,
I get the True Lies.
For me, VHS really takes me back to childhood. It's just having that physical media. That's what I'm all about. Excuse me. Where's the guy? What is 50 cents each? I'm gonna see if I can get this box for $5. So you know what? I just asked straight up, can you do $5 for the box? He said yeah. So all right, here you go. Here's a 5-ski. All right, first estate sale / garage sale. Scored a little bit. Hopefully the rest of the day goes like this. We're in garage.
Damn, he's got a crack on his windshield, and that just gives me a thing of a fucking crack on my windshield that I just got.
Sell overload right now.
We drive
Jesus.
down the road and just sign after sign after sign. Garage sale, garage sale, garage sale. No luck so far. The garage sales always look promising. You know, your imagination runs wild. Oh, what could they have in that box under the table? And then you get there and it's like shoes. You know what's weird?
What's that?
So I was going over my collection and I don't have Tetris.
How don't you have Tetris?
I don't know. I was looking for Tetris and I'm like, how do I not have Tetris?
Are you serious?
Yeah, I don't understand it.
It's interesting. So we come to what looks to me like a pop-up flea market, honestly. Like someone's land and they rent it out to people to sell their wares.
Now, the last time I was actually here was midweek, right before the last Antique Alley, or the one before that. I got the Apple II. The person there who was selling it was setting up for Antique Alley. Never actually got to make it to Antique Alley that weekend.
So we do come across a booth with some games. Bunch of commons, $5 a piece. It's not terrible if you don't have them.
I have literally every one of these. That's a Saturn controller.
One, I knew that. Secondly, if I didn't, it's written on it. I can't read. But there are some vintage toys here. I come across a Bombshell. It's an Decepticon. Yes, all three of those. Transformer.
Doing $3 a piece on them.
Dude says $3. It's a little crunchy, but you know what? $3 Transformer, yeah, why not?
We didn't ever get that.
We didn't?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Billy and Jay we're just like,
oh, duh.
It is a Rock Lord, isn't it? I've never seen this one before.
I love me some Rock Lords. Not really. I think they're okay. I had one Rock Lord growing up.
Rock Lords are eh.
You said $3?
Yes, sir.
I'll do $3 on the Rock Lord, yeah.
A robot that turns into a rock and just says it. It's funny because you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Big, where it had the building that transformed, and he's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Anyway, if it's $3, of course I'll pick up a Rock Lord. I mean, I'd have to be a complete idiot to not do that.
Or you could have just, Billy, you just could have walked away. I mean, because who wants a transforming rock? Which is funny because Hasbro re-released some, well, they did some new versions of the Rock Lords in their the last Transformer Legacy line, but they transformed into rock vehicles. I mean, explain that to me. It's not like, you know, they were like Flintstone themed or anything like that.
So there's a guy here. He does the same thing we do. Anytime it's like, guess what I just found? I die inside because I'm like, man, why don't you go ahead and show me? Just show me. Don't make me guess.
This yesterday. Where? Up here. So there's something that's crazy in there. See if you recognize him right off the bat.
That he found the damn controller to the NES Sharp TV. 2 controllers, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, there's 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Found it yesterday.
They're special, so you know what you have. Like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, you son of a... Because I have one, but it's black. It's an NES controller that's black. So it hooks up to a television that had an NES built into it. So think a TV with the built-in VCR player. This is a TV with the built-in NES. It is extremely rare. Nintendo teamed up with Sharp, and if you can find one with the feet not broken, because they had these like feet that kind of extend, those are always broken. You rarely find all the feet intact.
Oil up and hit the gym with me.
I'll give you $24. No. He was vending at this little flea market thing, and as he was setting up on setup day the day before, other people were setting up. So of course, what's he gonna do? He's gonna walk around and check everyone's stuff out.
It doesn't matter how early you're getting up to go to somewhere. If somebody was there the day before, then you're out of luck.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy to find that yesterday.
Good find. How much you pay?
55.
Yeah, no, as soon as he came up to us and showed us that box of stuff, we were like, okay, well, if there was anything here, he already got it, so let's just get out of here. When the evil shredder attacks, them turtle boys don't cut him no slack.
All right, so we're at the second flea market here, which feels more like a kind of like an outdoor antique store more than like a dirt flea market.
What are you looking for?
Pretty much everything that nerdy.
So you want to see something really cool?
Yes.
I have a set of 4 1983 Star Wars glasses.
What? No way.
Yeah.
I think I have all of them. I know, right? I need my pat on the back.
We'll turn around.
Vintage Star Wars Burger King glasses. Well, I mean, I already have those. However, that means she has other stuff that I'm interested in as well.
Yeah, now.
What do you guys get on? What do you guys get on the game? Sold those.
I don't remember, so.
Okay. So I look down, and in this case, I see on the Game Boy Advance in the box, Rampage Puzzle Attack. Don't know what this game is. I'm assuming it's a puzzle game. I think the clues would be, it says puzzle on the box.
That's a really good game.
So I look at the price, and the price is pretty damn high. More than what it goes for on eBay. So we keep looking and looking. I mean, I'm looking through. There's some VHS. There's other stuff here that we're coming across. It's just it's all high dollar items.
How much is the Gremlins?
Where's the guy that has about stuff from you?
Overall, this flea market is a no good.
We're again in the country, but it's almost like this is an antique store. Somebody took antique store pricing, took the actual building, lifted it up, threw it away, and left all the booths right there, because that's what we have, is we have an antique store that's outside with antique store pricing. This sucks. We gotta go.
Let's just move on down the road.
So Antique Alley stretches all the way down south to Grandview. Now Grandview is this small little town, not next to any major city. In fact, it's like an hour away from where we live. All right, so surely in this small redneck town, there will be something.
So now we come across this flea market in this town we've never been in, and this flea market we've never been to. Pretty small. Got some games.
We finally come across a lot of games. We got N64, we got NES, we got GameCube, PlayStation. At eBay prices.
Not all right.
$5 for your sports games.
$5.
$5 sports games. If it's not sports, then the lowest price is $12.
We're in this small flea market, small town, middle of nowhere, and we're dealing with higher than eBay pricing. Pretty ridiculous.
I've said this before, I'm not paying full retail at a flea market. I'm not doing it. I have bought NES games before, and they haven't worked. My Dragon's Lair, now not that I want to play that game, but when I got it and brought it home and tried to play it, it just doesn't work. My Cool World doesn't work. Both of them. I've cleaned them. I've cleaned them. Boy, have I cleaned them. It's not a cleaning issue. I don't know what the issue is, but they will not work. Cartridge-based games can sometimes not work when you get them. So why am I going to pay full retail on something that if it does not work, you're not going to be there next weekend for me to return it? And even if you were, you'd tell me to go suck.
Dan, that's the problem that you can see. And that's the internet right there, because these are probably normal people, and they'll look online and like, ooh, or ooh, I could probably get this for what they're charging on eBay, or they'll assume, again, like I said earlier, they'll think because it's old and the video games are popular, people will pay whatever for this. Which you got to let these people know. Sometimes you got to sit these people down and let them know. We bitch about playing $80 games, $80 for a new game. You think we're going to pay for an old game? We don't want it that bad. I've absolutely passed up games that I really wanted, old games, and I'm not paying that price for it. Again, I go back to the mother explanation. I even had to explain it to some. I think I may have told this story before, and this involves that thrift store that's by my house, and they charge eBay prices for their stuff too. They are just absolutely outrageous on their retro stuff. I mean, they definitely do, and they had a copy of Little Samson in their glass case, and I'm like, wow, you don't ever come across that in the wild, because Little Samson came out towards the tail end of the Super NES. There's a bunch of games that came out like at the last year of, I think it was either the last year of the manufacturing or when Nintendo just totally stopped supporting the system. Because they still supported the system well into the life cycle of the Super NES. Because how can you not? Because there were so many out in people's homes still. And I wanted to take a look at it. And, they showed it to me. They were wanting $500 for it. $500 for this game, which at the time I believe it was upwards to $1,000. I still wasn't going to pay anything for it. I just wanted to see it and take a look at it. So I inspected it. And during this time, I really kind of got into a lot of the videos where they're like, hey, this is how you spot how a repro card is. And I looked around, and lo and behold, it was a reproduction card. The label on the case looked newer, and it did not go over on the cartridge the way it's supposed to, and it had different screws. Like it used like regular household not Phillips head, but you know, the other type of screws, which I can't think of right now because my brain and everything. And I calmly explained to him, I'm like, you know, this is, I said, this, I just asked the question. I said, are you really charging $500 for a reproduction cart? He's like, no, that's the real thing. That's the real thing. You know, that's, you know, we're very proud of this. And I'm like, and I pointed it out to him. I'm like, no, this is a reproduction cart because of the screws, the label, and it didn't even have the NES stamping, the information that was on the back of it. Or at least if it did, it was not fully there. And I said, you can't get away. You're not going to be able to get away with charging $500 because the only people that are going to be looking at this are going to be like me, collectors. And we know how to look out for reproduction cards. And after I had that discussion with him, as weeks went by, the price slowly started going down and down and down. I think they sold it eventually because they couldn't justify it. And after they sold it, I talked to him again. I said, "You finally sell that little Samson?" And they said, "Yes, yeah, we did." And I said, "Who bought it, and how much did they pay for it? If you don't mind me asking," because they remembered me, because I'd come in every once in a while just to look around. So, but you know how it is. You have that one conversation from somebody in retail, like a really deep conversation. They'll remember you. Or if it's somebody that's annoying you, they'll remember you. I was probably the annoying guy. And they said we ended up selling it for, I think they said they ended up selling it for $40, so they dropped it down to $40. And the first interaction that I had with them, I did mention that they might get away with $20 for it. I said, but nobody's going to pay that price. And I said, yeah, I said, I saw that you had it here for a while and it kept going down and down in price. And it was like, it was exactly how you said it. Everybody that wanted to look at it, they were all collectors and they all did the same thing. They pointed out that it was a reproduction cart. They were even selling, and I don't know where they were getting these games from. They were even selling ROM hacks that were on cartridge for ridiculous prices. They had Castlevania reproduction mod ROM hacks that were on cart, and they were selling them for like $70 and $80 because they thought they were new, hard to find Castlevania games. But they were getting away with that. But this is in the case to where you get people that aren't really informed about how the market works, and they just assume eBay is the place for pricing, and it's not. It is not. And I'm pretty sure, and a lot of times the thing about eBay is you still have that auction mentality with eBay, even though a lot of stuff you could just pay right out for it. But there's still that auction mentality. And a lot of times when they do that auction, they look at that final auction price, but not what they looked at initially. And people are outbidding each other to try to get this thing they want really bad. Even though it more or less is probably something that's common as hell.
This place is really small and sucks.
Yeah, we've been out here about 3 hours. We have come across some VHS, a Rock Lord, and a styrofoam head. Hell of a day, I tell you.
Me and him were at what was the game? It was Game Exchange, and just walking, all of a sudden I just go.
But it was like, you know, like when you're in public and you got to fart, you know, you kind of let it out slowly, or you know, you try to lessen the effect, right? No, okay. It was just like no restart, just like if he pushed a little too hard, he would have shit his pants.
There's no way everyone in that store didn't hear it.
It's so funny.
I've been in situations like that in public where, you got to fart and you try to get it to where you can try to like, let me try and squeak this out unnoticed. Or you go down an aisle that's empty and like, well, let me just walk through here and just kind of do it here. And sometimes you can get away with it and you're like, all right, I get away with it. There's no evidence that happened. I can move along. And then there's those rare occasions where you walk down, you let one rip. I mean, I've gotten to over the years, I've kind of gotten to where I can quiet them down for a little bit when I'm out in public. But then when it's like, oh God, geez, what did I eat? I got to walk away from here as fast as possible. And then sometimes I've walked into a cloud of noxious methane. A few times I've gagged. I've actually gotten to where I had to leave because I was gagging so bad. The best course of action is if you can find a elderly person, do it near them, and that way you'll get away scot-free.
Holy crap! Look at all the Star Trek books.
So next garage sale, just keep them coming. Keep them coming. It's the law of averages. Keep them coming.
That's what we're doing?
All it takes is that one garage sale score to make the entire day worth it. When's it gonna happen?
What's wrong with these guys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they've
It's
really
pointing
added a
this
bunch
way.
of stuff to the channel since I watched this
And
last.
yet,
Which I'm watching this for the first time, by the way.
That's not a thing, I guess.
So we find this sign, this garage sale sign, and we follow it down this dirt road, and it led to this field where it was just a guy and his son playing baseball. It was the strangest freaking thing.
Were you gonna warn them?
I was, but they just thought I was being neighborly and waving because we're in the country, so I'll let him find out on his own. So I'm gonna prevent anyone else from being made to look a fool like we were. This sign, it's gotta go.
I'm gonna save people the trouble.
Yeah, you need to. You know what? I'll do it.
Okay, go for it.
It's on my side.
You wait till the car passed.
That's the way game chasing go.
I just save people time, okay? Because we got bamboozled. That dude was about to turn down there.
One dude did turn down there.
One dude did turn down there, right?
And the only-
Because there was someone there when we got there.
And the only thing that was down there was a guy playing baseball with his son. Who's in that barn?
Okay, we do come across an estate sale. We're definitely gonna check this out.
Yeah, and there's some DVD players and stuff in that garage on the road.
Thank you
Okay?
very much. How much are the cassettes?
They're free.
They're free?
Free.
So right off the bat, we see
Free?
VHS. I
Damn,
am on a
take the
VHS
whole damn
kick right
box.
now, so this is a win for me.
Like even the tape and the VHS?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, definitely we'll take these.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of blank VHS here, and I could always use more blank VHS tapes.
Fucking if it's free, why not? Oh, that's cool.
I used to have that.
I have a ton of nostalgia for VHS because that's how I grew up watching movies, and I got into collecting a lot of them. But I slowed down because it just takes up a lot of room.
Hey guys, look here. Here's some sacks.
Sacks?
Yeah. Not Kleenex. Sacks.
Well, so I was going to ask you if I could just put all the stuff that I'm taking up here, and then if somebody tries to grab them, just slap them.
I will, but put them in a
Okay.
sack, and then that way we don't have to worry about
Excellent. I like it.
I like estate sales over garage sales because you get the entire house, not just what they put in their driveway.
Every time I go into one of these estate sales, I'm just walking through someone's house. I'm just, man, which way?
Huh.
Maybe I'll look this way and there'll be...
There's a bug crawling up my wall. I feel I need to go dispense some justice real quick. I'll let this play. Give me a second.
Some kind of crazy video game system in a box or something, or a stack of games somewhere. It's like always on my mind. But no, that didn't happen. But you know, found a bunch of crappy VHS. That's cool too, I suppose.
So we got about 2 bagfuls of VHS here, and we're getting ready to check out. And the lady's like, you know what? You guys can have them.
We took a lot of stuff.
Oh, good. I'm glad. No.
You sure?
Yeah, go buy your lunch.
I'm actually trying to give her some money, but she refuses. She absolutely refuses to take it.
Well,
I mean, free VHS tapes.
It fell down.
Score one for the good guys.
I tried to dispense some final justice,
We went to that
but
garage sale, and that was not a garage sale. But
just fucking didn't do it. So no telling if it's gonna be fucking crawling. I'll find it tomorrow. It'll be on the floor with its fucking legs up in the air. And it fell, and it does that. It gets into the corner between the wall and the ceiling, and you can't get that good slap. You know what I mean? That really good slap on it. And it fell down, and it's like behind here or whatever, like where all my shit is. I'm gonna turn the damn light on, and no, that's always gonna happen. Fuck.
Mark Cuban came out of the bar, and he was like, hey, so, yeah, you follow the sign, huh? It's not a garage sale, but let me tell you what there is. An opportunity of a lifetime. I'm willing to give you this briefcase full of money right here, $500,000. All you gotta do is suck.
I wasn't expecting that.
There's a ton of garage sales.
Wasn't expecting that.
It's just strikeout after strikeout after strikeout. We're not finding anything.
And it gets to the point where it's just like, all right, fine, I'll go check. And we just kind of take turns instead of all getting out, because we're just continually losing more and more faith that we're actually going to come across something. Nobody wants to get out of the car anymore. So we're in this little neighborhood and following this garage sale sign, and it says garage sale, and I get out of the car, and there's clearly no garage sale, but I'm like, is it in this backyard here? Like, and there's a hole in the fence as if to lure people in to some kind of trap. And so I'm kind of looking, but at the same time, I'm like, no, I don't think I want to go back there. This is what we're dealing with today, man. Garage sales that suck, and garage sales that you don't even know if they're actually garage sales. I'm here at this one garage sale. I'm asking if they have any games. The husband says, oh yeah, we got a bunch of games in some boxes.
Lots of games.
Holy crap, that is amazing. That is exactly what you want. You want somebody
Lady dropped her Santa.
who hasn't put the games out in their garage sale, like in the closet, and they've never thought about, oh, you know what, I should sell these old games. This is exactly what we need. But then,
He's sitting there thinking, no, he turns to his wife, we got all those old, what was that called? With those old, and she goes, I already packed them up and I'm not opening up that box and going through them. It's like, okay, God, like, do you want to make money? You're having a garage sale?
so as soon as this guy is getting up out of his seat, his wife, who is right next to him, very, very angrily, I might add, snaps at him and says, we're not going through those boxes.
On this episode of Game Chasers, hey, what did you get? I got a box of VHS and a head. I got a head.
It's at that moment I realized that we're screwed. Today is a disaster.
By noon, I was ready to call it quits because it was just that bad.
How many garage sales do you think we hit up today? 20? Lots. 20, 25?
I'm not going to say it's a waste of time because this ain't the first time we've gone out and not found in much or anything at all. But, I mean, it's a pretty good trek getting there, getting around to everything, then getting back. It just sucks when you have to drive that much and you burn so much gas for nothing, you know?
I am not digging those out of box.
No, 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 never, 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 never.
And this is Saturday. It's not like, we're doing this on a Sunday when all the good stuff was bought on Saturday. No, we got up early on Saturday, the day it starts. And this happened. It's not. What the
We run across like a few random games, and they were all just commons and overpriced. So, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do?
Look, there's something to be said, like going out and looking and you're getting off your ass and you're digging through stuff. There's some fun with that because, there's the potential to find something. It's fun to kind of just get out and look, right? Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Billy and Jay we're just like, oh, duh.
Let's make the dumb joke. Put in the comments, VHS chasers. Put the little nerd emoji too.
While doing the Chris face?
Yeah, while doing Chris face, because that's what you guys look like right now typing that. Watch this. This is going to be funny.
Oh.
Y'all should become the VHS chasers.
Uh-oh. He survived. I'm looking at my wall right now. He's crawling. He's in a good spot, but he's being blocked by a switch. Give me a second. I'm going to let this play out a little bit more.
I have no idea why on earth neither one of us got that bombshell Insecticon for $3. It literally makes no sense. And at this point, I can only assume it's something paranormal taking place that's affecting our brains. That we wouldn't pick up a vintage Transformer for $3. Like, it makes no sense. It's like we're being hypnotized in some way. And I don't anybody say that we're being Jedi mind tricked or something, because that's not true.
Damn. Okay, well, that's not exactly how I wanted to, end it right there. Me trying to have a life or death struggle with a stupid-ass bug on my wall, but... yeah, there it is. There it is. So, all right. So that was it. That's the last posted Game Chasers episode. And you can definitely tell the difference between when they first started it to where they are now. I mean, like I said, that is the first time I have seen their stuff in a while. And I've got a lot of catching up to do. All right, you can stop. I'm trying to do something on here. Get back on here. Load some stuff up. No, thank you. And... so I've got a lot of catching up I'm going to do. So any chance that I get in the next for the next few days, if I got a little bit of time, I'm probably going to start. I will personally start from the beginning because I don't know where I left off. So I'm going to just start from the beginning and just go from there and kind of relive all these little episodes. I mean, I forgot how funny the first couple of episodes were, especially because once it gets around when they're in Austin with 8-Bit Eric, it kind of goes from there. So it just kind of, it's more fun to watch them act like idiots and have all the fun goofing on each other. And then, oh yeah, we coming across the games. Because there's a lot of ups and downs with the episodes. Because after a while, it gets to the point like it is now with really, if you're hunting for video games, I mean, it is like a desert out there for the games. But it's just fun for watching this. And, it's really sad that Billy's not... If Jay continues... I don't know if Jay is going to continue on with this. He's supposed to make a video that should be up. I don't know if it's going to be on the Game Chasers channel or his channel. Which his channel is Shady J. But he's going to talk about everything with Billy and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure the future of the channel is, I would think it's going to be up in the air. I don't know if he's going to want to continue doing it, or if he's going to do something completely different. I mean, that's just something we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But if you get a chance, again, I would say go subscribe to the Game Chasers. What does it say? Subscribe, did it? Well, somehow it unsubscribed me. Jesus. No wonder I didn't see any of their crap popping up. It unsubscribed me to the Game Chasers. What the hell? Let's see. National. Yeah. No, that's my. Oh, no. Well, you know what? Yes, I'm subscribing to them. Because I don't subscribe to anything on my Nash Thunderclap channel. So I'm going to go and subscribe to them on all my channels. That's why I was a little confused on that. A little confused on that. So yeah, if you get a chance, do like what I just did. Give them a subscribe. Watch the entire catalog. Watch everything if you can. Support these guys. You know, like I said, they're not a small YouTube channel, but you know, show them, watch their stuff. Show them that you support Billy, you support Jay, and like I said, it's really sad that I think at least until we find out what the future of the channel is going to be, we're not going to see any more videos with Billy in it. Because again, it's really sad, and he was only 44, so he's still a young guy. So, you know, we don't get to see how much further he could have taken the channel. It's really sad that, hopefully his and I believe I think his son was probably old enough. I don't know if he had any other kids, but I know he had a son. At least probably the son was old enough to where he at least was able to spend some real quality time with him. So, you know, not liking the situation with Charlie Kirk, where his kids are they're probably only going to really remember their dad probably through videos and probably stories from their mom. But, you know, I mean, really, really a big loss. On that, and like I said, it really hits you because these guys they're just normal guys. They're just like us. They're just everyday people. They're not super famous. Did something, had a passion for it, and they documented it. I mean, even to the point to where, I mean, because one of Billy's great loves was, you know, editing, his filmmaking and stuff like that, and they made a movie. They actually made a movie called back in 2022. It's Adventures in Game Chasing, and you can watch it free on Tubi. So also support these guys, because you know Billy's in it, Jay's in it, Apex Eric is in it. I don't know if that's the same Dave Thomas that I think it is. Let me click that. Oh my God, they got Dave Thomas to be in their movie? So, yeah, if you can, that's an accomplishment because Dave Thomas is a celebrity. And they got Dave Thomas to be in this movie, probably in like a very short cameo of some kind. It's, wow, 2 hours? So I'm sure it's going to be just like the YouTube show. It's probably a lot of stupid humor. So, I mean, if you get a chance and you like what you see, please support these guys. Because they've been doing this for a long time and they put a lot of hard work in what they've done. All right. Well, I hope everybody was able to, enjoy this little trip, this little tribute that I felt that, I wanted to do for Billy. As a nothing YouTuber myself, that will probably get buried somewhere, but I mean, I felt it was important that I do something that honor the man the way that I felt that I could contribute to honoring the man, if that makes a lot of sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. And of course, I'm going to do my usual plugs, which I still haven't done, set it up to where I do the nice fancy stuff on here. But, don't forget, you can subscribe to me on Twitch, Kick, youtube.com/@NashThunderclap, and right here at Nash Thunderclap Live. I'm on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, Zitter, where you get all my updates. Everything's Nash Thunderclap, which today I was on a tear on X. Ooh, was I on a tear on there. And I plan on, I'll probably be back on here maybe this weekend. I'm not going to say for sure, because I like to go over some of the crap that's been going on the last couple of weeks, even though I don't consider myself anything in the realm of politics. But there's a lot of stupid shit that's going on right now. I'm kind of irritated and pissed off. And I like to give my 2 cents about it, even though that, with what little that is worth and all. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So, I appreciate anybody that hopped in to watch me. Stalking, as always, I appreciate you keeping it up in the chat. And without any further ado, I guess, or, with that being said, don't let them catch you slipping. And that's how game chasing go. We'll see you next time. Have a good night. And thank you for everything you did, Billy, keeping us entertained over the years. Bye for now.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage.
Let's do that one more time, because it always locks up on OBS when it does something like that. So let's do this. Take 2.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.